Alright, welcome back. So we are playing some more Oxygen Not Included. We did leave off with, we had just gotten our newest dupe. I already forget her name. Maybe it was his. I believe it was Devin. Yes, we got our newest dupe, Devin. Gonna be our artiste of the colony, which is great. So we're gonna jump back into it here. Now that I have him, I can start improving the decor around here, which is gonna help make them much happier. So the first place I want to add it is actually in the dining hall. So when these dupes go to take their breaks, I want them to, they're going to go to the place with the highest decor. That isn't going to, take them all day to get to. And ideally that should be the dining hall. So I am going to go ahead and dress up the dining hall a little bit, and I think I'm going to throw some stuff in their bedrooms as well and give them that extra morale boosts. Oops, I want furniture here. In all honesty, I should probably just put crown molding everywhere that I think I can, really, right? And help mitigate some of the decor hits that we're going to take, which is fine. Alright, I'll just put them all right here. I don't really need them in, like, the rooms with pump rooms and stuff like that. There's no saving those. So, like, yeah, a room like in here, there's no saving it. It's gonna be like that to be like that, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. So I got those in there, got those in there. Let's go ahead and add some in here. I know it's got some industrial machinery that kinda harps on it. The kitchen is definitely one of them as well. But once we get far enough, there will be a dupe that's constantly in the kitchen, so I do want to help remedy some of that decor. Let's put in the power rooms just because. I'll probably have operators who only switch back and forth from those power rooms, so having some decor up here would be pretty good for them. These storage bins provide so much negative decor that there's no saving it, no matter what I want to try to do with it. So I'm gonna add these in here. Alright, I like that. And you can see, like, our decor in this dining room has spiked substantially, right? Which is awesome. We're almost at 100, which is awesome. It's going to help improve the mood a lot. And if everyone's going into this one room just to eat, everyone's going to get the bonus here. And it's going to help average from stuff like that and that and that. I do need to sweep this room. All that stuff on the floor is going to be dragging it down. I need to do the same for bedrooms as well, so I think that's what we'll focus on in this episode. That way they aren't... I don't quite need them to sweep the bathroom. Eventually, ideally, right, but not really taking priority. As far as our next research, we're actually going to want some insulated piping. Okay, so we got our normal liquid pipes, which are great. But I do want something to help control the temperature, right? What's going to happen with minimal change in temperature can be run through floor and tile. What's going to happen with our ore refinement machinery is that it is going to heat this liquid as it goes through, which is not the best. We don't necessarily want heat like leaking into our base. I'll actually want some insulation tiles before I even get that far. If I don't plan this right, then I could very easily be setting myself up for failure here. And cool, our water pump from our last episode is pumping water through, which is awesome. And that should help replace any water that we've used so far, which has actually been quite a bit. I think I remember it up to our line here. And then once I empty out this little reservoir, I'll actually start, I'll continue digging down, because I do need to expand some more. Necessarily don't need the space yet, but eventually I will, and just in general, I should continue expanding, because again, like, I'm gonna run out of resources eventually unless I get to a point where I can make everything renewable, right, and have a completely sustainable base. So we will get to that next. All right. Okay, are we producing any more food? We're not. We're actually losing because I'm having them eat the bristleberries as well. Which we just have so much of. It might be better just to leave it like that. But that's quite alright. Okay, skill point. Someone had gotten a skill point. Who did it? Gene, you did. Alright, so Gene, if they are not sciencing, I think I'm going to want them operating. Yeah, I'm going to want them operating. Gene has the skill points for it, and that will just help things move smoother. But I mean, rarely will they get to the point where they need to operate, right? But if they're not sciencing, they should be recharging those batteries so they can science some more when I need them to. Alright, so I have these set up. It looks like they're just waiting on build orders, which is fine. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. So pedestals, hanging pots, wall pots. I mean, those are all great, but having to deal with the plants and trying to take care of those while they're in the pots just doesn't really make sense, so that's fine. Flower pot. Interesting. I've actually never used anything like a flower pot. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. And what is going on there? I don't know what that is. I think it's a wire? It's a wire or pipe or something. It's alright. Okay. So they're going, they're building, they're doing their thing. Do have a deconstruct order on these. However, they can't get there just yet, which is fine. Let's go ahead, just so they got something else to do. Add another floor so we can start cutting into another layer. That works. I don't quite want them to dig into that yet, so we're going to avoid it like the plague. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to have to leave it at that. Boom. That way none of that gas leaks into our base here. Eventually I will have to pump it out somewhere. Not entirely sure where, but I'll have to pump it somewhere. So I think that might be one of our next projects. I think I'm going to... I do need polluted water. That should actually be my next priority. Get some polluted water while we are researching some insulated pipes. So, now that we got our next goal, let's go ahead and begin implementing that. I don't want to go that route, so we'll actually go through this last door here. And we will continue digging down to here, as well as digging our little tunnel here, which works. Works pretty well. I'm going to want to put an airlock door. I don't want those germs getting into our base. And then we can continue digging this way. Let's go ahead. I got a little bit of water down there as well, so we're going to just dig all the way down. Boom. Dig into that. And empty that out. Cool. Then I'll put a pump. We'll pump that in there, and then we at least have a little bit of polluted water to mess around with. So, okay, it looks like there's actually seeds. Interesting. Okay. For other plants. I only have briar seeds right now, which is fine. Their internal temperatures aren't too bad to have to juggle, so that'll be fine. I think, what are we at right now? So 26. Yeah, so if it gets too much warmer, then it's not going to be good. But they only need oxygen, carbon dioxide, something like that to grow in. I don't know why I would... High quantities of zombie spores. What is that? What is that? Why would I want something like that? Zombie spores. Anyways, Buddy Bud Seeds. The funny name was... God, Mirth Leaf. This might be a little more ideal because it's gonna continue heating up in our base here. So I'm gonna want something with a higher temperature range. Enjoy your seeds. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why I would pick something with zombie spores. That sounds awful. Okay, what do we got? We got more strength. We have agriculture as well. Increased cuisine. Okay. Alright, we could do something with that. He's a loud snorer, though. That's a no-no. Okay. What else could we do? I need an operator more than anything. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get that from any of these guys here. So increased creativity. That's all great and good. I might go Lyra. I don't want to keep skipping up dupes, but I'm not getting anything substantial right now. But it is what it is. So that. And yeah, I think we're good there. We're just kind of waiting, and that's mostly just doing our little short-staffed. Let's go ahead and plant a briar seed. I just want to see like how often we're gonna have to keep up with all of this. Decor is great, don't get me wrong, but again, water. Water is very important. So continue with our little escapade here. What am I going to need next? Essentially, I know it keeps telling me insufficient oxygen generation, but I'm getting it in all the places. Okay, no, actually, it's right. I'm not getting enough. Okay. So I think so I'm already using up a couple of watts for the pump here, so I don't know if I want to add to that. As you can see, it's even with the 6 batteries, it's hard to try and keep everything powered constantly. In fact, I might actually just want to pop a coal generator there and call that a day, which I think I'm actually going to do. A coal generator is great because it's going to continuously generate that power. I don't have to have someone operating it the whole time, which means I need to research it. But it doesn't stop burning coal whenever the batteries are full. It'll continue burning that coal, which is, in the end, is just wasting resources, right? So, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna want to do some automation next as well, so I can automate when these things need to be on and off, especially that coal generator. I have no idea. I've never messed with anything like that yet, but we'll see how it pans out. We will see how it pans out. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig those out as well. Looks like I got some polluted oxygen here, and this kind of escaped down here, which is a no bueno. So we're gonna have to keep up with that and make sure that doesn't go anywhere it's not supposed to. And these guys are dead, so we can get rid of those. And we need dupes to do all of the things, but I have too many of the things for them to do. That's alright, we'll get it all situated here. Popping in the crown molar. I did give a lot of build orders recently, so I'm not surprised that he's having a little trouble keeping up. And then as far as oxygen generation goes, we're missing it in that dining room, which is not good. I mean, it's the highest decorated room, so ideally we're going to want some oxygen to make it that way, that direction, right? Max gas pressure, right? So we're over 1,800 grams. That's way too much. So it's getting everywhere except where I want it. Oh, and I just realized there is, if I add a couple more, air tiles, that'll probably be able to circulate that a little better. Let's try that. And if that fails, I'm gonna just have to make an oxygen pump room and pump it into the rooms that it's just not making it into. And go from there. What do I have in here? It's still chlorine and carbon dioxide concentration. Actually, I'm not entirely sure where that all came from. That's alright. Cool, cool. So we're halfway to our next dupe as well, which is good. I feel like I may have made this room a little too short. I did. 1, 2, 3. It's supposed to be one more block high. So we'll put that there. We'll deconstruct this artificial ceiling. We will want to cancel there and there. And then continue. Boom, boom. 2, 3, 4. So actually, this will be the ceiling right there. 5. Oops. And I can't really put them over the plants. I have to dig them up first. It's a bit tedious, but it is what it is. And then I can continue. Then I can place a build order to build a block there. But that's alright. So it's working on that. Looks like we got all of our molding installed at last, which is good. Good, good, good. And then, darn, that really sucks that the food is decaying at the rate it is, because these fridges aren't even powered. I need more dupes. Maybe I should be a little less picky about who I got working for me, right? A little less selective. Because I am hurting. I'm hurting for labor. I need some labor. So, go ahead and build up that. Done. And we will wait to get to the rest. So I'm making sure none of my dupes ended up getting stranded when they're digging this pit. They shouldn't. But I mean, they shouldn't do a lot of things. And they end up finding themselves in trouble quite often. Anyways, so I do want to disconnect this power room. I think I want to get rid of this power room just because they're going to keep running until they charge not 3 but 6 batteries, which is incrementally slower. And then I'm not going to be a lot more power leakage from that point. So I do have that power room going, and I kind of want to save it to use for the kitchen. I think honestly I could connect the lights and then let the power room below handle some more oxygen kind of things. So we'll connect that part. We'll deconstruct there. We'll deconstruct there. I don't need them powering that. I do need to make sure those fridges are able to get power as well, though, which currently they're not. So we'll add that there. Good, good, good. And then let's go ahead and deconstruct all of this right here. Okay. Cool. We'll repurpose all of that wire. I don't need wire going up here either, so we can repurpose that. The nice thing when you deconstruct, is, at least as far as I've noticed, is you get all of the resources that you spent on those objects back, which is very helpful, right? Because there's a finite amount in this world. So if you're chugging through all of this copper ore and you run out and you can't refund the full amount of resources, even if it's just a little bit, like, you're destined to run pretty far out. This pool is almost filled, which is okay, mostly because I did want to evacuate some more of the water down here. If anything does drip, I open up a polluted something and it does drip down into this water from now on, I just have to disable the pump and I don't have to worry about it possibly making it into this pool as well. So they're doing their best. They're getting as much done as they can. Let's deconstruct these as well. Do not need them. I do need these to be running, like, sooner than later. So let's set the priority on these mills to 6. Okay, so that'll be the room that has to be powered. They have to be going because they control everything else, right? Well, they don't control everything else, but they control a lot of the life support systems that I need going on. And I somehow ended up with chlorine in my dining room, which, you know, honestly is fine. This whatever. This whatever. This should be allowing oxygen to start flowing into this room. It's not able to flow in here, so if anything, should push it down into our room, which looks like is what's happening right now. Yeah, I'm just not sure why it's not pushing downwards, you know? There's about 1,000 grams of carbon dioxide in there as well. Isn't that big of a deal. But the fact they have to go outside the base just to breathe is what kind of irks me. So we're gonna put the oxygenator down into that power room instead. And see if that helps our little circulation problem. Alright, give me something good. Husbandry, strength, don't need any of that. Don't need any of that. Excavation and athletics. So this one's very good at digging. Which is good. But they fall asleep every now and then, and this one's a loud sleeper. So again, I'm just left with nothing. But I need some. I need some. So I think we're actually gonna go with Marie. Even though she's gotta take a lot of naps. Yeah, even though she's gotta take a lot of naps, I think we're gonna go with Marie and have her be another digger and probably an operator. Probably an operator. I think that's machinery though, so we'll see what uses athletics, but we're gonna try it and use Marie here. Alright, cool. So let's add Marie to the new schedule and give her some priorities. So let's see, she's gonna be good at attacking because she's good at digging. She's got a little bit of research skill, which is good. She's gonna learn skills a little faster. I do want digging to be a priority, but I want it to be her first priority. I need athletics, right? So what is going to be utilizing athletics? Nothing in the first tier anyways. There is suit wearing, supplying, doctoring, ranching, farming, building, digging. So athletics is... I'm not sure. I have no idea what athletics is for. She can't be a tidier. I know that for a fact because she's got terrible strength. -3. We're not even going to try with that. No machinery. She has something in athletics, and I'm wondering what you do with athletics. I think I might have just picked up a dud of a dude. It's good to have a second digger, but it's like one of the last things I needed right now, right? So, let's see. Suit wearing. Okay, so it does help with suit wearing, but strength is needed for suit wearing as well. So I did pick up kind of a dud of a dude, but that's alright. So she'll become our primary digger, and then we can reassess our other digger to do other digging. Well, his skill's already pretty high, so she'll just have to be our second digger. That's just fine. Marie, you're one of a kind, for sure. For sure. Okay, so his digging is max, and I don't really have him doing anything else outside of that, except for maybe operating. However, I don't necessarily care about them operating. I think I'm going to actually have them go into supplying. It does give a boost to their strength, which is good. Eventually, I am going to need them in exosuits to dig outside the base, I'm assuming. So we're going to go into supplying for Rowan. Joshua, good old Joshua. Good old Joshua. So he has a lot of experience in construction, which is good. I've been working this poor guy to the bone, and he has definitely been giving me a run for my money. But he also has a couple of points in athletics, which means he'll eventually be donning a suit as well. So I think I'm going to give him supplying, maybe. Maybe. If he is building, he's going to be a lot more in the base. So I actually think I'm going to go and give him some operating, right? He's only got 1 point machinery, but that's all right. So for Otto next, easy. He's going into carrying. He's got an interest in it, and it's interesting for me as well. So they're all done there. Very nice. Get some of that sand that fell over. Alright, very good, very good. Let's check our decor levels here. Boom. Alright, so they get a -5 for the outfits they're wearing. That's funny. So we're getting about almost 40, about closer to 35 points as they go through here, which is good. We want to try and offset as much as we can, even if we might not win in that decor, just because, whatever the case may be, right? Here we're almost at 100, which is awesome. Which is beautiful. So, excuse me. We'll continue on here. Let's see. For researching, we did need insulated pipes, and I think we got those. I got my cold generator. That's good. We do need... No, next we need is the insulated pipe, so we'll go that direction next. We're still waiting on them to do the things I need them to do, which is fine. We're going to open this up because it looks like to be another pool. It looks like to be a big pool, which is good. We want a big pool. So we'll put those there. It looks like it goes a little deeper, so we'll put those there for now. And then I can't see the rest, so we'll hold off on there. But I do need to start pumping this with some liquid, so I can use that liquid, I should say. And we can continue. Alright, so we got that oxygen diffuser set. Cool. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that one. And then, because I put it at a priority 3, I don't have any digging errands or anything else for my artist or Marie to do. We're going to go and prioritize those treadmills, which is good, because again, they're affecting a lot of our life support. And eventually, we want to put a coal generator, but that will come. I'm going to start replacing these with insulated tiles. I want to leave these so that air can pass to and from, but I want to get these insulated tiles in because that coal generator is going to produce a lot of heat, and I got to make sure that that heat doesn't cook my dupes alive like last time. So we'll do that indefinitely. It wasn't actually, believe it or not, it wasn't actually the heat that ended up cooking my dupes alive. I had uncovered a lava vent, and I didn't have time to cover it up. The second I had dug it up, it started erupting and just filling that hole with lava, which wasn't a big deal at first. So I just put an airlock in that tunnel and just left it as is. And it continued to push more and more lava and more and more. And I could not win that battle with the temperature. So I lost that one. That was probably the save I had gotten the farthest with. I had gotten very, very far. There were very few things that I had to worry about. And these darn dupes was just letting this polluted oxygen get into the air there. So I got rid of that patch next. Now I need to get rid of the next patch. And you can see why this is kind of like micromanaging to the max, because you are constantly stuck fixing all of these messes. And I'm gonna nip this one in the bud right now and start deodorizing this section as well. Like that. Hopefully that should deal with everything. Which is good. Alright. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This pool's almost filled again, which is good. And then we are going through so much power constantly. I'm not sure how long those batteries last before they're out of power. You know, if it's not through the whole 3 hours of sleep that my dupes are getting, then it's not really worth it, which means I have way too much connected to these circuits here. So we're going to keep looking at it. Once I get that coal generator slapped in, it's going to be a little better, but now I have to worry about wattage on the wires. So that'll be my next jump there. I really need a chef. I really need a tidier. Well, not another tidier, but I really need someone to start picking up all this junk on the ground and storing it. Only maybe 2 of my bins are close to max capacity. So really there's no reason for it. But I'm finally getting more oxygen flowing, which is really good. So it's going to be leaving this room and hopefully into that one. I'm going to open up this with airflow tiles and actually close this side with the insulated tiles. I don't care a whole lot about this room getting any oxygen because it's not throwing it anywhere else. I care much more about this room getting oxygen. So as it leaves here, it should flow into here as well and start pushing out all that extra carbon dioxide from it. So it might be in my best interest to now build a fire pole for these dupes as they descend, just to help with travel times. That's good. Marie's doing the Lord's work there, filling up that pool. Ooh, a buddy bud. We were just talking about that. I am going to want them to continue to dig and get the tiny bits of the rest of these pools as well. So we'll open that up. We'll open that up. Boom, boom, boom. So that way it's got a way to drain there, and then we'll just go straight up with that one, and that'll drain right out. We'll get those. Go ahead and nab those seeds to use for later. And these guys are not going to survive, so I might as well just put them out of their misery now, like the sane individual that I am. And that, I think that is where we are going to end it. Alright, so our base has expanded pretty considerably from where we had started, which I'm very happy about. It's not always that you get a decent start going in this game. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.